I went to acting school for one day and they asked us to be an ice cream cone. And I said, okay, thank you, goodbye, and I left. Hello, I'm Rosie Perez and I have been an actor for more than 30 years. And this is what I've learned. I was out in Los Angeles going to college, biochemistry. I decided to leave LA because I didn't like it. My last night celebrating my departure, I go to a nightclub and Spike Lee's there. He asked me who I was and he said, oh wow, tonight is fate. And I said, you wish. And he says, no, you don't understand. I said, yeah, I understand. And his executive producing partner, Monty Ross at the time, handed me a card. I went to throw it out in the garbage and my girlfriend, my college buddy, Marion Wade goes, are you crazy? She called, we talked, and the rest is history.
You know, your memory's getting really ridiculous. It's disgusting.
I just forgot, I got a lot of things in my mind.
Yeah, and I really wanted some ice cream too.
What did I learn from Do the Right Thing? Being prepared. Before I shot, I decided to go down to the set because I was just curious and I was also very, very afraid. When I was watching the late, great, God rest his soul, Danny Aiello, he always had a script next to him and he had a whole bunch of notes. One day he came over to me and he said, hey kid, come here, sit next to me. This is how it goes. Just that gem about being prepared was a game changer. Danny Aiello also taught me about staying in the moment. And at that time, I did not understand what he was talking about. I was like, yeah, sure, yeah. And when I walked away, I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? He was really trying to be a mentor to me, but you know, the lingo I didn't understand because I never went to film school. And I was too insecure to admit that I didn't understand, which was a mistake. Always ask questions, even if you feel like you're being irritating. Just ask. I always do research for my roles, but I've learned not to put so much pressure on myself with the research. I have learned to settle into the role. And I've also learned that I'm the type of person that once I put on the wardrobe, once I put on the clothes, that's when I start to find it. Allowing judgment to come in is a huge problem. You can't judge your character, everybody knows that, but no one tells you that you can't judge yourself. Because if you don't find the character right away and you let that judgment come in, it's gonna show on the screen, it's gonna show on the stage. I learned that lesson about settling into the character from Fearless. I was told by Peter Weir not to be included in rehearsals, and he had 3 weeks of rehearsal. And all that left me was with an immense amount of doubt, and I actually quit the movie the night before we were supposed to shoot. And Peter came up to my room and he says, no, we're gonna go through this script and we're gonna do it. And I said, I just don't know who she is yet. And he's the one that gave me that gem. He says, that's okay, I don't know either. And I'm thinking, what? He goes, no, that's the part of the process. And when I went and put on her wardrobe and I walked out on set, I started to feel her because her outfits didn't allow me to move in the way that I would move. That movement in the clothes allowed me to discover who she was. And it really wasn't until maybe after the first week that I told Peter Weir, I know who Carla is. I know who she is. I'm wearing her now, and I feel her movement. Jeff Bridges taught me so much as well. Delivering your dialogue in between shots while the camera's not rolling without speaking the dialogue. Just gesturing the intent. When I first did it, I went, oh my God, I feel so stupid. And he says, that's all right, I felt stupid my first time too. Just try it. And when I did that, I didn't have to worry about the words. Working on The Last Thing He Wanted was so intimidating because I'm a huge Dee Rees fan. I didn't know anything and she quickly broke down the character to me. I get down to the set, my first day, Dee has me in this outfit and this wig that I thought was completely ridiculous. And I remember in a Dee Rees way, she goes, yeah, that's cool, it's gonna work, it's gonna go work. And I couldn't believe it. I found her on the first day and I didn't give myself that credit because I still allowed doubt to seep in.
Think about it.
campaign trail drops you that much closer to the center. On and off the plane, in and out of certain rooms. I'm a mature actor. I understand now that I could trust Dee as a director to share that insecurity with her. And she says, you got it. Trust your instincts. I'm telling you, you're right. You're on the right course. And I also had to let go of the enormity that I was feeling about this project. I so wanted to be a part of it. I had to let that desire go. And it allowed me to be the character on the screen. Could someone in the administration have an interest in the area?
It would go without saying that we have an interest.
Please make sure you check out The Last Thing He Wanted. I hope you enjoy.